Purification. Yoga is basically a science of energy for energy through energy. The finite biomagnetic energy is uploaded to have union with the astromagnetic and cosmic energy dimensions. Purification is one of the basic elements in yoga. When we want to understand yoga therapy in terms of the application, either for the clients or for the promotion of immunity or for the promotion of longevity or for the improvement of the standards of the metabolic efficiency, the purification must be taken into consideration. And what do you mean by purification here? It is not simply the hygiene or sanitation, what the civilian experts and the physicians are speaking. Purification is somewhat totally different. And the first reference to purification has been told in Kathopanishad. Tam yogamiti manyantam stiramindriya dharanam. This has been a definition which is mentioned in the Kathopanishad. If we give the date to Kathopanishad, it can be datable around 1300 BC. And it speaks that stiram indriya dharanam. Indriya means not the senses. Indriya means the potential energy. Sthira means purified. Dharana means holding. Holding the potential energy, purified, is called as yoga. So this definition of Kathopanishad is specifically speaking that purification is due to the energy purification only. Then only it can be called as purification. But there is another observation which has been told in Yoga Shikhopanishad. Dvandvajalasya samyogo yoga uchyate. Dvandvajalasya samyogo, integration of the dual factors, is called as yoga. Why these particular dual factors are to be integrated? The dual factors have a vital role to play in the promotion of the illusion, in the promotion of the depression, in the promotion of true knowledge and disturbance of the true knowledge. As a result, these particular dual factors must be integrated into a single factor. It is speaking about the consciousness elevation from the visible to the viewer. It's an inner elevation, and that is why it is speaking about the purification of the consciousness, purification of the thought process. Actually, it is very much related with the psychological practice of introspection. In the introspection also, we will try to identify the good and bad, the active and passive factors, and we try to adapt it to the good factors and active factors, and we will try to remove the disadvantageous factors. It is a process through the integration, and that integration has been told as Dvandvajalasya samyogo yoga uchyate. This Dvandvajalasya samyoga is very considered to be important because the entire world is offering a dual factors of the birth and death, the attachment and detachment, and the worry and commitment, and the hunger and thirst. All these are all the dual factors. They will be disturbing the senses, sensibility. As a result, the energy structure will be totally disturbed. And that is why energy must be properly purified. And for that particular purpose, Dvandvajalasya samyogo yoga uchyate has been suggested in Yoga Shikhopanishad. How this is achieved to be achieved? It can be achieved through a posture. It is identified in Patanjali Yoga Sutra that is Sthira Sukham Asanam. This is the only first reference which can be datable according to S. Radhakrishnan to 200 BC. That means in this particular definition of Patanjali, Sthira Sukham Asanam, two words Sthira Sukha are considered to be. Kha means sky. Su means good. Sthira means purified. If you can purify the element of the sky within your own body through a proper sitting, proper concentration, proper posture, then you can be having a purification. That sukha indicates purification of the vacuum and energy also. When vacuum and energy are totally purified, the mass can also be purified. But subsequently, when the yoga texts have become very much popular, the books like Hatha Yoga Pradipika are speaking that asana can be used for Stairyam Arogyancha Angalaghavam. Angalaghavam means flexibility of the limbs. Arogyam means health. Stairyam means stability. But the concept of Stairya, which has been told in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, can be taken as the Sthira, which is told in Kathopanishad also. Then it also says that body must be properly purified. This particular purification has been clearly told by Patanjali when he defines tapas. Patanjali in his Kriya Yoga identifies tapas as one of the medium. Tapas means penance. He says, Ashuddhikshayat Kayendriya Siddhi. Ashuddhikshayat. That means by the removal of Ashuddhi or impurity, Kaya Siddhi and Indriya Siddhi should be achieved. Kaya Siddhi means the body should be very much properly planned, organized. Indriya Siddhi means the energy. That means what Patanjali says as Sthira Sukham Asanam can be achieved through this particular tapas, which is considered to be a part of Kriya Yoga according to Patanjali. And actually, in practice of this particular yoga system for purity or achievement of purity, different methods have been achieved. The first method is considered to be purification of the food. The food should be very much pure. The sattvic food must be taken into consideration. The food must be offered as a prasada to the god, and then it must be taken as the grace of the god. Then the food will not be having any pollution, any contamination. It is called as purification of the food. The sattvic food is considered to be very much radiant, and it will be promoting vitality. And the purification of the air is considered to be very important second step, because man is depending on the air in the second stage. This air can be purified through pranayama. And Hatha Yoga Pradipika is speaking about the kumbhakas. Kumbhaka is one of the stages in pranayama. But the pranayamas can be identified into four varieties: yantra pranayama, tantra pranayama, mantra pranayama, atma pranayama. When the muscular mass is made use, it is called as yantra pranayama. When the respiratory system is made use, it is called as tantra pranayama. When acoustic system is made use, it is called as mantra pranayama. When silence and meditation are made use, it is called as atma pranayama. This will be purifying the total structure of the gaseous mass within the body. And the purification of the blood is considered to be very important. And how we can achieve the purification of the blood? By a proper breathing, by a proper respiration, by a proper discharge of the sweat, the blood will be totally purified. The purification of the blood requires some physical exercises also. And there is one more methodology, purification of the energy. The solar energy is directly taken into consideration. It is called as the Trataka, looking at the solar force and source. But Hatha Yoga Pradipika is identifying some 6 methods of purification wherein the body is physically handled. They are called as Neti, Nauli, Dhauti, Basati, Trataka and Kapalabhati. These physical things will be handling only the physical body, but they do not contribute for the improvement of the energy. But when we want to improve the energy, the purity of the food and the purity of the air and the purity of the blood must be properly practiced. This purification is considered to be very, very essential in yoga therapy, because only the impurities or the pollutants will be turning pathogenic, and they will be disturbing the condition of the symmetry between the mass, energy, and vacuum. Hence, purity is always suggested.